make any claims about the law.
The legal
Do you not hold the view that it's legally permissible to stop the Mars H cost from happening?
Well, because what legal principle would sanction that?
No, but do you hold the view, or are you
You can't. I take a view where you can't commit to certain. You should not commit to certain applied ethical conclusions if you don't have a normative principle concluding why.
So your propositional attitude is agnosticism?
No, on the legal. Oh yeah, of course on the legal issue. I don't have a legal principle.
Do you take agnosticism on stopping the Mars H cost to not be a reductio?
No, it's not. It's not stopping. Again, you can stop it. I told you morally, you should stop it. I told you morally why you should do it.
No, sorry. Agnosticism on the legal permissibility of stopping the Mars H cost.
What would that be? What view would that be a reductio?
What the fuck?
I just told you. I told you there's no view.
That's like
told you there's
asking,
no
like,
view.
does a geologist have an opinion on like cardiology? It's like they're two irrelevant.
Well, yeah, Leo, is that a reductio on a legal view or a moral view? Because it
A
obviously is not
reductio on the view that says that in order to make legal judgments, you have to have principles.
And wait, just to be clear,
No,
Leo,
of course that's not a reductio.
Wait, just to be clear, do you think that it's legal, or
Why
sorry,
would that be reductio?
wait, do you think that you should have legislation?
I would just like someone to explain to me how that's reductio.
It's absurd to me. It's probably absurd to most people in the audience. That's all.
If by absurd, well, also, I mean, I'm taking a couple things for granted about the epistemic relevance of reductios. Are reductios supposed to be sufficient terms, or are they just evidence?
I take it
absurd about it.
I
I don't understand what's absurd.
Sense any absurdity.
Saucius, hold on. You said they're what, Leo?
Yeah, I'm sure
they are terms, or they're just evidence?
Sorry, what was the question?
I said, do you take a reductio to be a sufficient term against a view, or just evidence against a view?
Very good evidence against the view sometimes.
Very good evidence?
Sometimes I think I can actually potentially be like defeated.
Okay, in light of what is it really good evidence? Because I don't understand in what way it's really good evidence.
Well,
because if you just say it seems that way, then that's ridiculous.
Well,
that way of thinking is insane.
It's a really bad view.
By what standard?
That way.
By what standard? The way you feel?
I guess,
which is why you.
By what standard? Actually, open challenge to anybody on the panel that can give me an epistemic standard.
I'll you to answer the question. Like, do you think?
What's the standard? That's a question. What's the standard?
No. The standard is ethical.
No, it's not a question.
No,
the standard's your intuition, or what?
I'm saying no, as in like I already answered this question. And
the standard is your intuition?
No, I didn't say that the standard was my.
What's the standard?
I already answered the question.
No, you didn't. What's the answer?
What was the answer that I offered? What was the response?
You didn't give me an answer. I just told you the answer. Why would I repeat an answer I don't think you gave? What are you talking about?
What was the response that I offered?
What's the answer?
What was the response?
What is the answer?
What
is the answer?
It was not an answer.
We didn't hear
it. Just gave an open challenge. Give me the epistemic standard. What is it?
I'll just repeat it again. Okay, so the answer to your question is that the standard is ethicality, which is why I don't think you're gonna answer.
Ethicality? Define ethicality.
No, the efficacy. Sorry, I stuttered.
It's ethicality? What is it?
No, efficacy.
What is efficacy? Define that.
The efficacy is how moral it is. They're moral standards.
Bro, what's the standard for moral good and bad? Like what?
The standard, it turns on your metaethical view.
Yeah, it does turn on your metaethical view. That's why I asked for the standard. Good job. So whenever you say something's a reductive, this is what's stupid, right? Because hold on.
You say that's a moral.
Because the whole point of me asking for the standard is that every single time somebody says something is a reductio, if you're going to say this is evidence, etc., you're taking for granted a background system of commitments, right? Commitments that you have to weigh in evaluating the applied ethical decision. So when you say it's good evidence, well, let's see. What are you taking for granted when you say it's good evidence? So when you say it's good evidence, you say, oh, it's not ethical. By it's not ethical, you say what standard? By what standard is this not ethical?
Sorry, I have to respond. No, it's not intuition. Like just intuition. Like I don't have like the non-reducible seeming that it's morally wrong. I can explain.
So what is it?
No, the seeming is that a lot of people like it goes against my preferences and it's bad.
What's the standard?
Well, I was telling you the standard. Just calm down there for a second. So yeah, the standard.
Right now. I just want the standard.
Yeah, you're interjecting right now, and you're not going to get the standard.
Well, because you weren't giving me the standard. That's why I interjected. Good job.
Wait,
let's go for 20 seconds. You didn't give me a standard.
I was like mid sentence giving you the standard. Just
well, you could just cut out the unnecessary stuff and just give me the standard.
Or you could just like stop interjecting.
Or you could just like lock in and be productive. Just give me standard.
Yeah, well, I already answered. The standard is on efficacy, and now
what's the standard for efficacy? Yep.
No, I know, and I'm about to reduce it down because you keep on asking an infinite amount of questions.
It's not an infinite question. It's literally just clarity. What are you talking about?
You're hoping to get to a
flirting.
Oh, now you're going to psychologizing. Just give me the fucking standard.
Well, it's because I asked you a question first.
No, you're very successfully proving to me that I'm being nonlinear. Now, give me the standard.
Oh yeah,
I'm dodging the question despite the fact I I asked you the question, you're refusing to give me a fucking straight answer.
I asked you.
Yeah, good job. No, you just convinced everybody in the panel that I'm dodging. Now give me the answer to my question.
Yeah,
What is the
listen,
standard?
listen, here, I asked you a question first.
Stop running. Oh, now you're trying to grandstand. Holy shit! Look at this guy weaselly dodge away from my question.
Or just go down.
Answer the question, Lucario. Answer the question. Oh, look at him trying to fucking move away, trying to be performative. His performance is not fooling anybody. Anybody here that was here for this knows that you're dodging my question, and now you're trying to speak up for me instead of answering the question. So go ahead, Lucario. What's the standard? Tell me. What's the standard for efficacy?
The standard for efficacy is preference based.
Preference based. In what way? Like, if it's what's the condition?
Virtue,
Frustrate someone's preference is bad?
virtuous preferences, and I think that's
Virtuous preferences? What's the condition for a virtuous preference?
Just
answer my question.
Yeah, oh, another question. Yeah, that's question number. Yeah, that's question number 4 that I've answered.
Yeah, when you introduce
my question. Just be clear.
When you introduce a myriad of terms, when you introduce a myriad of terms, of course I'm going to get clarity on the things you say.
And
if I introduce a standard and then the standard uses just as ambiguous terms, of course I'm going to get good ambiguous standard. That's not a dodge. That's not pivoting. You're just not giving me a clear answer.
5 times
what is
more able to
virtuous
answer
preference?
questions than you.
What is the virtuous
No,
preference?
ask the question first.
What is the virtuous
Let's go for
preference?
question 5.
We're being linear right now. Holy shit! Give me the answer to my question. Why would you start asking me questions about the fucking clarity of your view? Are you serious right now? Give me the definition. Give me the definition of a virtuous preference. Go for it.
Okay,
give me the conditions for a virtuous preference.
A virtuous preference is a preference that is overall conducive towards your well-being.
Towards your well-being. So let's just get really clear.
You want to go for question number 6?
Something serves. So we reduced it now, right? Something is a reduction. Sorry, something is strong evidence against your view. If something goes against something which is contributive towards your well-being.
Yep.
Okay, so now please explain to me how the answer I just gave to you is not conducive to your well-being.
Here, I'll explain.
So how is it? Just to clarify, I want to tell you right now that I gave you a view. This is a procedural view, right? It's a view on moral procedure. It's a view that you should not take applied ethical views without having normative views and principles sanction the applied ethical views. You said there's a reductio to that. The reductio to that is the fact that it somehow does not maximize your well-being. Please tell me
when
that.
When did I say there was a reductio to that?
I asked for, holy shit, were you here for the conversation?
I was here for that conversation, but I specified
I asked you for a standard of a reductio, right? A standard of a reductio against the view, right? Just to clarify, because you're here, a standard against the view that you need principles to sanction and endorse certain applied ethical views. I asked for a reductio against that, and now you're about to tell me that you weren't arguing against that. Is that what you're about to say? Yes or no? Do you disagree with the procedural view?
There's some construction work in the background, but yeah, I just want to be clear. The thing that I'm labeling as a reductio on your view, and the thing that I asked you earlier, a question, by the way, which you didn't answer. I ended up answering like 5 of your questions.
Can I just get an answer to my question?
We can go for number 6. Wait.
Just yes or no?
I'm actually not getting out of it. I'm actually not getting out of it. Holy shit.
Okay, so I asked you, yes or no, are you trying to say that there is a reductio against my view, that you should not endorse applied ethical conclusions without normative use?
No, I don't think there's a reductio on that. I think there's a reductio on you not having. No, I don't. I think there's a reductio on you not having normative ethics that are able to account for this case.
What's the reductio against? Is that a view?
Yeah.
Is that a view?
Just hold on. Just hold on there. Just hold on there for a second.
Is that a view?
Yeah. Just hold on.
Just hold. Yeah, you
have a view. Yeah, it is a view.
We're making silence for the fucking question.
Yeah, the view is that you're not. Well, the view is that it's like
what's the position?
Stop. But yeah, you don't think.
What's the proposition?
You have the view that it's not
just
morally.
Name the proposition.
You have the view that it's not morally insane to have legislation such that you would suspend judgment.
It's not morally insane. What did I've never said anything like this. All I've said to you, right? All I've said in this conversation is that I think a moral person would stop the example that Leo gave, and then I said that I'm agnostic about the process of the law in this because I don't have a legal principle which can endorse a legal applied ethical case. Now, what do you have a reductio against? You have a reductio against the moral view, the application of the moral view, the procedural view on law. Like, what do you have an issue with?
Yeah, you claim that you didn't make the assertion that it's morally or that it's legally permissible. But the thing that I was asking you is, do you think it's moral to have legislation such that it would be silent on whether this is
that is literally the same fucking thing.
In which you didn't answer, which is the first question that I was talking about this entire time.
View. Are you trolling?
Yeah, it's kind of like a trap card on Yu-Gi-Oh, where like I have this trap card on the field, and I've been asking you to answer this question for this entire time, and which the relevance of my answers to your question probably would have been clarified if you would answer the question that I asked you before you asked me your questions. So yeah, maybe now that you're done dodging, maybe you can answer the question.
Instead of the fact that you
the question question is, I'll just repeat the question, which you still haven't been able to get the confidence to respond to. Is it the case that you think it's moral to have legislation such that it is silent on whether this is a reductio or not?
That made a lot of sense.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to be dodge number one. Okay, now I'm going to ask you the question again. Is it the case that you think it is morally justified to have legislation such that it is silent on whether that is morally permissible or not?
Answering my question.
Okay, now that's dodge number two.
Y'all are the cutest things ever. Like, I love y'all, but like everybody wants to hear each of you. So sorry.
Lucario, what's the proposition you're trying to argue against?
Here, the proposition is that you have legislation such that it is silent on whether this case was legally permissible or not. Now, I take that to be a reductio, and I think it's really...
That's not my view. Good job. That's not my
okay,
view.
So what was your answer? Oh, wait, so just what was your answer to Leo's question? Rather than suspending judgment, maybe you can get some confidence and actually answer Leo's question.
That's not my view. Yeah, that's not my view. So I'm just going to go clarify the mischaracterization you just gave so you can stop lying to everyone on the panel and failing track like you just did. I don't have a view where my legislation is silent, right? I don't have a view where my legislation does not have, right? I'm not saying it should be the case that the legislation doesn't have a statement on this. That's not my view. I'm agnostic about whether the legislation should have a statement on that. That's different than saying the legislation should be silent, you fucking moron.
See,
okay?
that...
So lock the fuck in. So my statement, right, is that I'm agnostic on the legal principles. And in light of that, I'm agnostic on the legal principle which would sanction this applied legal case in which it should be illegal to do the thing that Leo described. Now, do you think that my view that I'm agnostic on the legal principle, do you think that there's a reductio against that?
Yeah, I'll just clarify. This is the same blunder that like
yes
a non-vegan will.
Yes or no?
Well, yeah. The first thing I said was yeah. The first thing that I said was yeah. So just calm down. Just calm down. Yeah. Stop trying to interject. Yeah, stop trying to interject before you give clarity. Yeah, you realize. Yeah, you realize once I give clarity that this is a level 1 basic blunder that the non-vegan, the sort of non-vegan, the sort of weasel like you is gonna make. I mean, truthfully, you're just not gonna want me to talk. So this is why you're over talking. Yeah. So just calm down for a second, and then I'll explain why your views. I'll just explain.
Just talk about the objection.
Yeah, I'm talking about the objection. Just hold on for a second. No, you're the one not locked in. Okay, so I need you to just sit down for a second. I don't want to have to get rhetorical. I mean, I will get rhetorical eventually if this interjection just continues. You don't want to unleash the demon in me. There's a demon in me. There's a rhetorical demon in me.
Don't slur, okay?
No, I'm not gonna slur. What?
Lucario, just give me the objection.
My rhetorical prowess is much higher than slurs. But anyways, just stop interjecting. So here's the clarification. This is the reductio. Labeling it as a reductio. Here. This is the reductio that has been landed on your part. So this is the same sort of reductios that are landed on people who fail to name the traits between animals and humans. And then once you run the trait equalization process, there's actually two. There could be like two sets or 2 points in between the trait equalization process. To the point where they would say, they'd say, I'm actually agnostic on that. Now, I take that to be a reductio. Like when you say you're agnostic on whether it's fine to just like completely molest this very human-looking child, well, yeah, I take that to be a reductio. Now, that's just to illustrate that it's actually possible to have the suspension of judgment labeled as a reductio. Now, your suspension of judgment has been labeled on reductio, and you can't reconcile that. You got nuked intellectually.
The best part about this is all.
Hey, so hold on 1 second, Ellis. Yeah, so what just happened there is Lucario decided to fucking dodge and run away because guess what, guys? I asked Lucario if he thought that was a reductio, right? And then Lucario just failed to give me an objection to the review. So look, let's just look at my really fucking stupid point made by Lucario. Okay, you think that attitude has reductios against it? That's your view. You think an attitude can have reductios against it? Well, what is a fucking reductio? Presumably, it's evidence against a view, right? And a view is a proposition, right? It's a proposition endorsed as true. You fucking moron. You can't have reductios against attitudes, you fucking idiot. Please explain to me what it means to reductio a non-proposition. Please go for it.
Here, the reductio that's been landed on your view.
What's the belief?
Just stop. Yeah, I'm about to explain. Yeah, just calm down. You have a set of beliefs. Yeah, you have a set of beliefs, and in your set of beliefs, you actually don't have like the reductio can be landed on a set of beliefs that are not inclusive of a particular element. Right? There's a particular element in your set of beliefs that, when lacking, you can label the set as a reductio. That's pretty much just what a reductio is. Where you label somebody's sets of beliefs, you label their sets of beliefs as something that is unintuitive based on the lacking of a particular element. Now, I just explained to you. Now, what I want you to do. Now, notice how like whenever it's your turn to talk, I just don't interject. Like whenever it's your turn to talk, I'm sitting quietly on mute. I want you to like learn from my character, okay? And I want you to, try to produce the conversation or try to product in the conversation more virtuously, okay? You don't have the ability to do that. No, I want you to at least repeat the point that I just gave because no, I'm not running away. I'm just explaining to you how you were dodging what I said. Now, I just really want you to repeat the point that I just made.
Fucking moron.
Can you repeat the point that I just made?
I can. I didn't dodge a single fucking thing you said, okay?
You didn't track it? Oh my god.
Oh no, I said I didn't dodge, you fucking moron. Lock the fuck in and listen to what I'm saying. You fucking blundering butts. Holy shit.
I'm accusing you of dodging it, yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, you are accusing. You just said I'm dodging, you fucking moron. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I did. Good job.
Good job, man. So look, I already answered this, right? I already answered this point. Look, whenever you say you can land a reductio against a set of beliefs, that's not fucking true, you fucking moron, right? You can land a reductio against a set of beliefs insofar as you think one of the beliefs is false. You might say that they're all false in conjunction, like when you combine all those two, there's some kind of evidence against combining all those views in particular, right? Now, understand that a reductio, if you just take reductio to be, very broadly, evidence against a view, right? An agnostic attitude is not a reductio because there's no belief, there's no proposition being reductioed. Now, when you say there's a reductio against the belief, in what way? Right? The belief set. What's the reductio against the belief set? Is it false? Are you trying to establish that the belief set is false? Because if you just say the reductio against the belief set is that's not inclusive of other beliefs, right? Well, does it have to do with the truth or falsity of the belief set? It's so fucking stupid. Belief sets don't have the property of being true or false, right? They're beliefs. And individual beliefs, individual propositions are true or false, you fucking moron. So when you say there's a reductio, what's the proposition that the reductio is against?
This is so confused. Continue.
Given that I've told you that I'm agnostic on this view, right? Then there is no, some kind of proposition I'm endorsing, which you're trying to establish reductio on. So I just want to answer this question, true or false, okay? True or false, you can give a reductio against a non-proposition.
I'm going to give the answer. Yeah, I'm going to give the answer, and then I'm going to respond to that long giga ramble that you offered. Okay. Wait. After I give this, what's going to happen is that I'm going to give the answer. I'm going to answer either it's true or false, and then as soon as I do that, you're going to interject because you're terrified of the horrible point. Oh, yeah. You're terrified of your own horrible points.
If you say yes, you're a moron.
You don't want me to expose your horrible points, so I'm going to answer true or false. Then I'm going to make a point. Is that fine?
You can say whatever you want. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. That's what if you say yes, you're a moron. You actually have no fucking clue what you're talking about. If you think you can reductio a non-proposition, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, beautiful. So you can believe that while you sit on mute, and then I answer the question. Okay, so is it true or false that you can have a reductio on a set of beliefs, or just because somebody is because something's agnostic, because someone's agnostic on a set of beliefs?
What was my question, Lucario?
Your question is it true or false? Is it the case that you can land a reductio on someone's agnosticism?
That's not the question. Holy shit.
Okay, what's the question? Conversation? Yeah, you can't even remember your own questions. Go for it.
I can't believe that you just tried to fucking gaslight the panel into saying I don't know my own question when you very clearly didn't fucking track what I said.
Yeah, your bad-faced tactics aren't going to save you this time.
Now that we've exposed to every single person in the live stream that you have no fucking clue what you're talking about, and you're very clearly outclassed this conversation because you can't remember the basic fucking question at the end of my statement, the one you very patiently listened to.
You can keep rambling while trying to remember a way to reword your question. Yeah, right now you forgot your own question and you're trying to ramble so that you can think back while you're rambling to try to remember the question that you asked. But once you finally remember the question that you asked, you're going to be like, oh shit, that's what Lucario said.
I'm telling you the question. The question was yes or no, can you reductio a non-proposition?
No, it wasn't a yes or no. It was true or false. So if you want to be so pedantic, actually, it was true or false. It wasn't yes or no.
Yeah, bro.
It's pretty agnosticism, which is a non-proposition. You can land. If I answered that question, you'd be able to easily infer it. But you want it to be so pedantic and label me as a bad faith interlocutor, such that I would gaslight the audience. But it actually ends up being the case that if you want to go this far into pedantic, you actually didn't ask me true or false. The question that you asked me previously, which I granted at some point in the conversation, you probably asked yes or no. But the most recent recapitulation of the question that you asked, it wasn't yes or no, it was true or false. So now I'm going to answer true or false. Yeah, I'm finally going to do it because right now I'm just edging the audience on what my answer to the question is going to be. You're edging yourself, by the way. You don't want me to answer the question while you need to answer the question. Like you want to get to the point where I answer the question so that you can just. Well, I was going to say something.
Do you think you look good right now? Holy shit! Give me an answer to my question.
I look great right now. I just want to be clear. But yeah, here, what's going to happen is I'm going to answer true or false, and then after I answer true or false, you're not going to interject, and I'm going to make a further point, okay?
Lock the fuck in and give me an answer to my question. Just know if you say yes, you're a moron.
Okay, you can have that conditional. Just don't interject, please. Otherwise, I might have to get my big mic.
Just please explain to us why you can reductio
interjecting again. But yeah, here the answer to the question is it's true. You can have a reductio on a non-proposition because the fact that you do not have there is a proposition, and the fact that somebody does not affirm yes to that proposition, that can be labeled as a reductio in the set of beliefs that they have. Right now, here's an example. Like I could take belief number 1. This is the first element in this set of beliefs that I have. The first element in that set is that it's wrong to molest Asian people. Belief number 2, it's wrong to molest Hispanic people. Belief number 3, it's wrong to molest white people. And then we have number 4, the proposition, is it wrong to molest black people? And then you're agnostic on that proposition. I think that set is a reductio. Now, that's exactly what you would do in the trait equalization process, where you say, reductio, it's wrong to molest a human, but it's not wrong to, you're agnostic on whether it's wrong to molest like an alien that just looks very human and is rational. When somebody has a suspension of judgment on that particular proposition, just like you had suspension on the reductio that was launched by Leo, and then you had to suspend judgment just so that you don't contradict yourself. It's either you contradict yourself or you just look fucking terrible. You chose the latter, where you just look fucking terrible when you suspend judgment on that particular proposition. The reductio has been launched, and then the reductio has been landed.
Yeah, so you're a fucking moron, right? And the example you gave doesn't make you any less of a moron. It actually further demonstrates you're a moron. Okay, so no, you can't reductio a non-proposition, because what is reductio? It's evidence, you fucking idiot. You can't have evidence for non-propositions. Please somehow explain that to me when you reconcile the fucking thing I'm about to say to you again. Look, in the example you gave me where somebody has all these beliefs about the wrongness of, was it like raping them or something like that, or like hurting them or whatever? Whatever it is, suppose you have all these beliefs about the racial classifications, etc. The reason that serves as a reductio, right, is because when you say that, you're saying, well, look, this person has all these beliefs about when it's, when it's wrong to hurt someone, right? And presumably what makes it wrong, right? The wrong maker, the broader principle at play is that it's wrong to hurt human beings or, relevantly similar, whatever. And black people, right? Black people are part of that set, right? So then if you ask this person, well, your own principle would endorse this belief, so you should endorse this belief. If that person then looks at it, right? They look at the fact that their view logically commits themselves to something, and then they say no, right? Then that's them rejecting, right? That's not agnosticism, that's rejoinder. Fucking idiot, right? So that's not the same thing as remaining agnostic on an issue, because in this example, you're talking about someone giving rejoinder to, a commitment of their views. That's not what I'm talking about. What I said, and the issue that was given to me, there's no entailment for my views about what it should be, right? Given that I'm actually saying I'm agnostic on principle, you fucking idiot. Now, furthermore, you didn't even give me a kind of reflective equilibrium on any of the commitments to demonstrate to me how any answer any which way is an entailment on my view. So you further can't give a reductio. So not only are you fucking a moron because you have no fucking clue what a reductio is, and you know that it can't apply to, non-propositions, but you're also a moron because the fucking parody example you tried giving to prove that is fucking actually further evidence to my point. Because it would make no sense to say that there's a reductio against a non-belief. The reductio is against their rejoinder to the fact that it's wrong. Fucking idiot. That's the kind of belief.
Yeah, you could say that's a reductio to the rejoinder. That's fine. But the reason why they suspended judgment could be that, okay, they're thinking of something that overrules the rejoinder. Like you could just present to them, hey, maybe the utility of molesting black people. Yeah, wait, just stop interjecting. Just calm down, okay?
Still belief.
Yeah, just stop. Just calm down. Okay?
This doesn't successfully prove what you want to prove.
Yeah, you can tell me that after I'm done speaking.
I just told you.
You can tell me that after I'm done speaking. I'm about to explain away the horrible points that you're about to make, and you're terrified. This is why you continue to interrupt. You've been exposed. Okay, maybe I can just whisper the explanation, and then I can make fun of you for not tracking the explanation because you couldn't control yourself from interjecting. This is a character trait about you in the conversation. You usually perform much better than this, but it's pretty terrible. So now I'm going to get back to the point where I whisper the objection.
Just respond to what I said.
You don't hear it because you were interjecting.
Just respond to what I said.
So the objection, the thing that I'm responding to is the idea that reductios can be landed on a rejoinder, or there's a rejoinder basis for the reductio. Now, someone could consider the rejoinder, they could accept the principle-based criterion, but still hold that there's thresholds to the principle-based criterion. It's very common, by the way. It's called threshold deontology, which you're probably not familiar with. So someone could be agnostic on whether there's a particular threshold of utility in molesting black people. And I take that to be reductio. Now, the principles are such that, naturally it just would follow.
Wait, what is it reductio on?
The reductio is on the set of beliefs, which you actually concurred.
The set of beliefs?
Yes.
The set of beliefs?
Yes.
Is it like the affirmation of them in conjunction, or the affirmation of, like, in what way? Is it a reductio against the affirmation in conjunction insofar as there's a contradiction with the belief? Like, what is it actually, like, presumably when you say it's a reductio, you're saying it's evidence, right? Is it evidence against the belief set? In what way? Is it evidence against one of the beliefs of the set? Is it evidence against holding them in conjunction? What's the like? What is it against?
The reductio, I guess you could label it as evidence, but I don't sign off on that. Reductio is necessarily
Reductios
evidence.
are not evidence. You're a fucking idiot if you think that. Are you serious?
I think they're accidentally evidence.
What's the epistemic use of a reductio if it's not evidence? Are you serious?
You usually, because it's accidental property, you usually use it as evidence.
What is the use if it's not? Are you serious? So it is evidence.
Yeah, I take it to be accidentally, like in most cases, and yeah, it's evidence.
So evidence against a view, right? There is no such thing as that. You can only say there's evidence against a collection of views insofar as you're saying either the beliefs in the set, right? Those are false, or the affirmation of the beliefs in conjunction are false. Now, which one is it? Is it the beliefs in conjunction, or is it the beliefs themselves?
It's a reductio on the beliefs, so insofar as it has a negation.
The conjunction or the beliefs themselves? Which one?
The conjunction.
We're at a dichotomy. The conjunction. So is
there
a
the conjunction. Yeah, if there's a reductio on one element of a conjunction, then yeah, it's a reductio on the conjunction.
So is the reductio against contradiction is it like a contradiction? Is that why?
No. Do you think there's a contradiction?
Then what's the reductio against? In what way can you reductio a conjunction of beliefs?
The reductio is it's the case that it's not a particular set of beliefs. Here, let's have two. I'm going to present two sets,
Holy shit.
and I'm going to talk.
So
it's going to take longer than 5 seconds for me to explain it. So yeah, you're really going to need to lock in and calm down. Okay, you're at a 7 right now. I need you to go back to a 3. Okay, I need you to go back to a 3. Okay,
look, you're using all of the rhetorical tricks in the back right now. None of them are landing because you know you're getting blown the fuck out. Everyone knows you're getting blown the fuck out.
No, I just wanted to clear all of them are landing, just like Leo's reductio landed on your. Yeah, I accept your apology. You can apologize to me a little bit more. But even if all of these didn't land, it still looks better than your stormtrooper rhetoric, Liam. All of your shit misses. Anyways. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so it's going to say.
Go ahead and give it.
I know it's rhetorical. You can graze my beautiful rhetoric in a second. Yeah, you can graze my beautiful rhetoric after I'm done talking, okay, buddy? Just calm down, fanboy. Anyways, here, I'm going to explain that there are two sets, okay? One of them is a set of elements that I mentioned previously, and then the other set is just like this other set, except it actually affirms that it is morally wrong to molest black people. Now, the reductio is on the first set where it does not include that element. There's evidence against that, because if the element that it's wrong to molest black people was part was yeah, just calm down. If the evidence here, I'm going to turn my microphone down, and you're just going to look like I was going to say something ableist, but you're going to look like somebody who can control himself.
What's evidence, Lucario?
Here, the evidence is that it's,
what is evidence, moron?
The reductio suggests.
What is the evidence, you fucking moron? What is evidence? Look at this guy just fucking turn off his fucking ears in order to talk to me. Like this guy,
yeah, I'm turning off my ears, and I'm also turning my microphone down. Like, I want the audience to hear what you're saying more than what I say, because it makes you look like a madman. Okay, it makes you look like a horrible interlocutor.
Yeah, the person who's muting me is the person who's actually the best interlocutor.
It's just that they're
everybody's convinced. Everybody's convinced that the person who turns off the audio of their interlocutor is actually good faith.
Yeah, I turned the audio very down. Okay, but yeah, in the second set, it actually has the affirmation. Now, these two are non-identical, but one set, the latter set, has the proposition that it is morally wrong to molest black people, and the first one doesn't. Now, by virtue of the fact that they are non-identical, that means that if you hold to one set that includes the non-element, that is a negation of the second set, and so the reductio is on the negation.
You would have, fucking moron. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Okay, if somebody had the belief that exhaustively their set of beliefs are correct and only those sets of beliefs, then of course they're contradictory. There's no mutual exclusivity between someone endorsing a bunch of beliefs and then saying that there's this other, belief set with an additional belief, and then saying, oh, they actually can't accept that. Well, why? There's no meta-level belief saying that they are exclusively correct.
Yeah, the first set is necessarily agnostic. That's what I define the set as.
The sets aren't agnostic, you fucking moron.
No, an element in the set. Yeah, the element the set includes an element which is agnosticism.
The set quantifies over beliefs, you fucking moron.
The set also quantifies over the suspension of judgment.
Look,
it's not a
particular category. Very clearly
I just said it was a set of beliefs.
Clearly expose why you're a moron. Okay, so evidence is what? What is evidence? It's presumably something which establishes the likelihood of a belief being true, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then in what way can you give evidence against a non-proposition?
Sorry, repeat that.
There is no evidence against something that's not a proposition.
Yeah, well, it's evidence against the set.
A set isn't a proposition, you fucking moron.
Yeah, the elements in the set are propositions.
Oh, so is it against which element of the set? All of the elements of the set individually?
Yeah, the conjunction.
You're trying. This is what's
because
so
it's not because it's not this other set.
You're trying to.
It does not. This set does not include a particular element, and so you can label that one as a reductio. Like that set is unintuitive because it doesn't include this particular element. Now, if you looked at the other element and you want to say, hey, not having this element or having the negation of it, when that element is not present, you can label that as a reductio, such as somebody suspending judgment on whether or not. Hey,
there is no belief set. There is no belief set aggregate.
Okay, listen, Leo. I'm sorry, but the set lingo is a little bit. It's a little bit above your pay grade. Okay, it's a little bit above your lingo. So I'm gonna take it down to natural language.
How are we letting this guy get away with this?
Sorry. Stop interjecting. Yeah, just stop interjecting. Yeah, sorry.
You should answer my question.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry that you want to interrupt. I'm sorry this conversation happens. I'm sorry that you said that thing you don't want to get anything in natural language to the point where you don't understand it. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry about a lot of things. I just want to take the time to acknowledge the fact that I regret these states of affairs.
It becomes very fucking clear that you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Look at Patrick, bro. Look what you did to Patrick, bro. You did that to him. You fucking made him cry. You made him cry and pain because he heard your stupid fucking response and he heard you not give an answer to my question. So
I don't know. I really don't. On some real shit, I don't appreciate you using Patrick. I don't appreciate you using Patrick's horrible state of affairs as a point in the conversation, right? Now, Patrick's obvious moans of just agony. Those aren't really things that you should use in a conversation against a friend, man. Like, I'm very concerned about Patrick. I can't believe you would use Patrick's mental states as, point in a conversation. That was just very bad. That was just very horrible. That looks terrible.
Patrick is fine.
So just so you know, this entire conversation could have been avoided if you just say we defer the moral judgment to a democratic process.
So, Lucario, look, all you've done here, right? All you've done here, just get really clear, real linear, right? All you've done here is you decided to argue for something very clearly false. And the thing that you're arguing for that is very clearly false is that.
Oh my god, thank you so much for the coins, holy shit.
Yo, this guy's appealing to coins to obfuscate, bro. Scumbag. Look, and just to understand that all you've done here, right? All you decided to do here, if you decided to waste all of our time by arguing for something very clearly false, which is
yo, man, with the hand are holy shit.
Have evidence against it. So, look, I would just love to hear this, okay? So, if evidence is against propositions, right, and sets of beliefs don't have some kind of truth value, don't have like an aggregate truth value to a set of beliefs. It's only beliefs which bear the property of truth or falsity. Please explain to me how you can give evidence against a set of beliefs if you're not shorthanding to just say that the beliefs in the set are false. Go for it.
Here, because look at this set. This set contains the negation of the affirmation and the negation of the negation. I mean, like it just doesn't report that. Because if it did have the affirmation, that would be identical to the other set. We've already established that it's not identical to the other set.
Wait. This is such a this is actually the lowest tier blunder I've ever seen in my life. You think that being agnostic is a negation of aff and neg? You're a fucking idiot.
Yes, it's neither aff or neg.
No, it's not a negation, you fucking moron. It doesn't apply.
No, here, I'll just write this out very basic for you. So if it was the case that it was the affirmation, that's not the agnosticism. If it was the negation, that's not agnosticism, okay? It's not a proposition, which is why I asked where you asked the question initially. Can you lend a reductio in a non-proposition? Well, yeah, if I labeled it as a proposition, I just wouldn't have entertained that horrible question that you asked. Now, I'm not labeling it as a proposition, which means it's not confined to this biconditional, okay? It's a doxastic attitude. Now, this doxastic attitude does not conform to the biconditionals. Or, sorry, not biconditionals, but the,
how
the
you give evidence against a non-proposition? You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm explaining to you how agnosticism works.
No, you don't understand how agnosticism. Look, do you think Aristotle?
I had to explain it to you, fuck.
Hold on, no, you didn't. I just explained it to you. Do you think that Aristotle was agnostic on the principles of Newtonian physics?
Yeah, he was agnostic. He didn't affirm
right, so
or
he
negate.
So actually, importantly, right? He didn't negate the affirmation and negate the negation, right?
Yeah, and wait, no, I'm saying the set, and particularly in the set, where he does not have those, that's a negation of those.
Hey, Weasel, answer my question. True or false? Aristotle negated the affirmation and negated the negation of the principles of Newton. You're a fucking moron. You're actually an idiot. You think that's not what agnosticism means. Agnosticism is not a negation of the aff and the negation of an egg. Agnosticism.
Did you hear what I just said?
Suspension of, yeah,
I just said it was false.
Responding what I'm saying.
I just said it was false.
You're a moron.
If it would be true, that presumably that's the thing that you're arguing against. You're arguing for the idea that it's false that he was agnostic, right? Sorry, not agnostic, but that agnosticism implies that he affirms the negation of both the affirmation and the negation.
So if you know he's not,
I'm saying it's false. That's what you're arguing for. You can't keep up.
Hold on. I'm telling you right now. You just fucking interjected very prematurely. You didn't understand what I was
I'm so sorry about that. I feel bad.
Yeah, it's all good. No worries. So look, the point is that given that Aristotle didn't have a commitment to the negation of the ass and a commitment to the negation of the neg, right? Because he's agnostic, right? Then agnosticism does not appear on the belief set, because in the belief set it only deals with affirmations and negations. That's all it deals with. There's affirmation, negations, or propositions. Okay.
Do you think that the set that I offered,
beliefs that you're agnostic on, do not appear on the set?
Do you think that the set that I offered is a propositional set?
When you gave me, you're fucking moron.
Were all the elements of propositions?
Stop. If you give me two sets, hold on. We already established that evidence only applies and only interacts with propositions. You fucking moron. That's all it does, right? And a reductio, by consequence, only serves as a reductio against propositions, because it's evidence, and evidence is only against propositions. You fucking idiot. So if somebody has a belief, if you take the set of all their beliefs, right, and they don't have a belief about a given thing, right, and you have another person who has all the same beliefs as the person one, but they have an additional belief, right, and that additional belief that the other person has is true, right? But the person in set one, you're like, oh, is that a reductio against their view? But what view, right? Is it a reductio against the beliefs? Because that's all you can have reductios against is the propositions in the set. That's all you can have reductios against.
Wow, thanks for repeating yourself. Anyways, answer the question.
Yeah, you're not engaging with what I'm saying.
Yeah, thanks for repeating it, man. That was really helpful. Now, do you want to answer the question?
Very clearly have not tracked the conversation.
Do you want to answer the question?
What question did you ask me?
The question that I asked you is it the case that you think that the set that I presented is such that all the elements are propositional?
You defined the set as a set of propositions, so yeah, all the things in the set are propositions, you fucking idiot.
Nope. I didn't define it.
So then,
no, I didn't define it. Nope, I didn't define it as. I didn't define all the elements as propositions. I'm just defining them as doxastic attitudes.
How do you define a doxastic attitude?
A doxastic attitude? Do you not know what that is?
That's how you define it, because I'm convinced you know what these terms mean, given the way you've treated them so far.
I take doxastic attitudes to be a trichotomy between a belief, a non-belief, not non-belief.
A non-belief is an attitude.
A belief towards a negation, a belief towards an affirmation, or the suspension of judgment on both.
What is that? Okay.
So it's almost like there's three values.
So we agree. So we agree the third thing there, right? The agnostic attitude, right? We agree that
you believe that propositions are bimodal, right?
Hold on, calm down. You understand that given the third attitude, there is no evidence.
No, I have to write this out for you guys. So, do you agree that propositions are bimodal?
Why did you just fucking dodge the question I asked you?
Because I want to be very succinct, because you can't keep.
Oh, so you want to be succinct and dodge my question? That was really convincing. Yeah, you were being very succinct by dodging my question. Good job.
Yeah, I dodged a stupid point. It's like when a 3-year-old just like tries to touch. Yeah, it's like when a 3-year-old tries to touch you with like a snotty hand. And yeah, I dodged that shit. I dodged that snotty hand because it was irrelevant. It wasn't productive.
It's the essence of the debate.
I'll get to your snotty hand in a second, 3-year-old. But now I'm going to dodge that snotty hand for a second, and I want you to answer my question.
Why am I listening to a Redditor talk to me about this right now? Like, I just want you to give me an answer to my question. Talking about snot is not rhetorical either, little bro. Now give me an answer to my question.
Yeah, anyways, I want you to answer my question.
Look at you laughing at yourself. Holy shit.
It's because I'm funny. Holy I can't be my own biggest fan.
Hilarious.
You hate like...
I'm fucking hilarious, but you hate when you see...
you hate when people love themselves.
Why is you Lucario? Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, just give me a fucking answer.
I didn't know I was talking to Negative Nancy in the top corner.
Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Look, just give me an answer to my question.
Yeah, just answer my question, and then I'll get to yours.
Just answer my question, bro. It's okay.
No, you can answer mine.
No, it's okay, little bro. Just answer my question. You're good. You're all good.
Okay, yeah, but it's because just be clear, because I'm like significantly smarter than you. I'm able to answer questions before you answer mine. And maybe while I'm answering your question before I'm answering your questions, because you're my question, right? And hopefully you can actually give it succinctly. You can actually make some sort of sense in the conversation. What's your question,
little bro?
You
have the property of being a bitch, so just go ahead and answer my question.
Well, I asked my question first. I'm very good. So, what's your question, little bro?
Because you're a bitch, right?
What's your question, little bro?
You understand that you can't give evidence against a non-proposition, so you would agree that it would follow, right? You agree to follow that you can't give evidence against a agnostic attitude. True or false?
I take that to be true.
Wonderful. So then you also, by the same implication, you can't give reductio against an agnostic attitude.
Okay, now answer my question, Lower.
Is that true or false?
Wait, I just answered one of your questions. You lied to me. You
Yeah,
scumbag.
we're being linear. We're being linear. Yeah, I tricked you. Now answer my question.
Oh yeah, you used your fucking genjutsu, fucking Itachi. Anyways, what's your next question?
Holy shit, lock the fuck in, you fucking weasel. Just answer my question. So by the same logic, we agree you can't reductio an agnostic attitude.
Nope.
Holy shit, you're a moron. Well, you're a moron.
When did I ever sign off that? When did I ever sign off that reductios had to be propositional?
Holy shit, reductios don't have to be propositional. Reductios have to be applied to propositions, you fucking moron.
Yeah, when did I ever accept that?
Given that you said there were evidence, you fucking idiot.
Wait, do you remember what I said when I said there were evidence?
You said there were accidentally evidence.
Oh yeah, not essentially.
Yeah, what essentially are reductios, Lucario?
Essentially, I'm agnostic on what the essential characteristics
You're agnostic
of reductio.
You're agnostic on the fucking term? You're a moron. You're a fucking idiot.
No, I'm agnostic on the fucking... what's it? It's like I asked you, what's a chair, Leo? What's a chair? What's a chair?
I can tell you.
You're agnostic on the chair? Oh my god, you fucking
I'm not
moron.
agnostic on what a chair is. I know exactly what a chair is.
Oh, what's a chair, man?
A chair is something that you used to sit on.
Wait, so if you had... Wait, just to be clear, if I had, if I was playing Monopoly and there was a chair, or something that was chair-shaped, and I can't sit on it...
It's a functional term. It's a functional term.
No, you're not supposed to sit on the Monopoly piece.
It's a functional term. It's a functional term.
Bro, this guy, like, unironically just, like, sits on Monopoly pieces. Just don't do that ever again, okay?
Yeah, right now you're sitting on something, too.
Wait, answer my question.
Off it.
Wait, answer my question. Wait, do you finally want to answer my question?
It's all up inside of you right now.
Wait, do you finally want to answer my question?
Stand up on it because you sit on it
Wait,
right
do you
now.
finally want to answer my question?
You're doing
Wait,
tricks on
I asked you, just to be clear, I answered two of your questions, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
Even though I asked my question first, I answered two of your questions because I'm very good faith.
Contemplate this, Youngblood.
I'm very sure, Bill.
Youngblood, contemplate this, okay? Look, if it's the case that you do not know essentially what a reductio is, then in what position are you?
What is this guy doing? He's like weaseling away from my question as if he's some sort of ninja. Like, you can keep dodging, but I'm gonna get you eventually. I'm gonna let him keep rambling.
Yo, get this freak off the microphone. Okay, so look.
You can't do that voice, bro.
No, the point though, right, is you are not in the epistemological
Just keeps
position.
fucking rambling. Maybe I'll ask him the question one more time. I might have to bait him first. I think I'll bait his intelligence before I ask him the question, and then he'll be incentivized to answer the question finally.
Yo, you done? You're thinking too loud, Lucario. Just calm down. Okay?
Wait, Lucario, with that mic.
I can hear the
This is really important. This is really important. With that mic, Lucario, can you say she's my bunny girl senpai?
Hey, yo, what?
Anyway, look, the point though, Lucario. Given that you're not in the position of epistemological privilege to know what the essential characteristic of reductio is, then in what position are you then to debate me over whether or not a given thing is reductio, given that you don't know what it is?
Do you want to answer my question?
I do want to answer your question on the condition that you answer mine.
Do you even remember my question at this point?
Do you even remember my question at this point?
Yeah, okay, what was your question?
I think I was a no, fucking idiot.
Oh, look, yeah, I answered two of your questions. I'm sorry if I forgot the third.
Yeah, it's okay. All good things come in threes, which is why you're getting blown the fuck out the third fucking time today. So look,
this guy thinks he's DJ Khaled with the questions. It's just another one.
You're a moron. Okay, so look, given that you don't know what a reductio is, given that you can't tell me, you can't define a reductio, you can't give me the essential characteristics of a reductio, given that you can't do that, and given that the usual characterization of reductio as evidence against a view, presumably in terms of absurdity or in terms of a strict logical contradiction, given that your definition or your usage is very clearly idiosyncratic and that's not essentially evidence, then please explain to me, right? Please explain to me why you're in the position to debate me over what counts as a reductio, given that you don't know.
This dude asked me for two questions that he would finally answer mine, but now that I've answered two of his questions, he's asking me a request. He's requesting me a more explanation for his confusion. How much does this guy want from me? I'm not sure I have much left in the tank.
Hey, just muster up your strength and lock the fuck in and answer my question.
Wait, can you finally answer my question?
Can you finally answer mine?
Wait, finally? As if I didn't answer like three of your questions?
Why are you getting fucking blown the fuck out right now? This is crazy. Why are you still like that?
That's a loaded question, sir.
Holy shit, and you said it yourself again? That's a loaded question? Good job. You know what else is loaded? You're fucking loaded. Now give me an answer to my question.
That shit did not hit. Wait, Leo, did that shit hit?
Something's about to hit, bro. Something's about to hit.
Wait, Leo, was that rhetorical to you?
No, I'm about to hit, bro. Calm down.
Wait, someone tell me that was rhetorical.
I've been hitting. Give me an answer to my question.
Can we get a 1 in the chat if that shit was rhetorically appealing to you?
Look at this obfuscation, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that obfuscation, bro.
I mean, look, instead of having that little, debate about that was rhetorical, let's just get Patrick screaming and kicking his feet again.
Liam.
Hold on, Patrick. Look, so what's going to happen is Lucario, once and for all, right? Lucario, you've been really good faith. I've been really good faith. You've been really good faith. We have a little move to closing, right? If you want to get the opening, get the first closer, I'll get the second closer, and then we can just, stop this nonsense, okay?
I see you want me to give the first one so you can have those. Right? I see your
Yeah,
bracket
so I can
tactics
bitch
are
the
prevailed
fuck out of you. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Leo launched a reductio. The reductio fucking landed. Works in dialects, and so I separated. Okay, well here's this first set where you affirm one element. The first element is that it's wrong to molest Asians. Second one, it's wrong to molest Hispanic people. Third one, it's wrong to molest white people. But then when you take the third proposition or the fourth proposition, is it wrong to molest black people? And then you're like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to suspend judgment on that. I take that to be reductio on the set of doxastic attitudes that you have. Now, this is contrary to the second set where it's just like the first one, except you actually affirm that it's wrong to molest black people. Now, that set of doxastic attitudes, I mean, that's just more intuitive. The first one is very unintuitive, which is pretty much just what I mean by a reductio. I'm not going to give strict, sufficient, and necessary conditions for a reductio. But, I take that to be strong evidence for it being a reductio. Now, notice how the elements here are not propositions, because they don't fall to a bimodal category of just true or false, because there's actually a third value with doxastic attitudes. And so him falsely labeling these as propositions, well, I mean, that's just very stupid, and that's just not dragging the conversation at all. And not to mention, I've answered, for every one question that he's answered of mine, I've probably answered at least 5 of his. I just think that's indicative of the idea that, I'm able to answer 5 times as many questions as he can, and also indicative of the idea that I'm just 5 times a better debater than he is. But GG's, man, you can try again.
So what you just watched there was a pathetic fucking attempt at trying to retcon the very clear historical fact that he got blown the fuck out in the conversation, okay? So let's just weed through all the lies that Lucario just spat there. What actually happened was that Leo, Big Leo debates, we're talking about law and philosophy of law and in what cases the law should be justified in doing certain things, right? What's legally permissible. Now, I take a view where if you don't have a normative principle, then I don't think you should sanction an applied application of normative ethics, right? Because there's no principle sanctioning justification. You're not actually dealing with it in terms of principles. Pretty reasonable. I can explain that. We never really got into that. Okay. Now then, Lucario and Leo both said that, well, this is a reductio against review, right? And so then my question was, can someone please give me, right? Someone please tell me what the standard is for the reductio, right? Can someone please give me an epistemic standard for the reductio, what counts the reductio, right? Now, implicit in this question, any fucking person knows this, is that a reductio, implicit in a reductio, is the accompanying epistemological consideration that reductios are somehow something to consider against a view, that reductios carry with them a kind of significance in thought, that they should count as evidence against a view, for a view, etc. Okay, so then I asked Lucario what exactly a reductio is, and he gave me this fucking he gave what the standard is for the evidence, and he gave me this long list of super complicated kind of made up terms to eventually say something is evidence if it goes against your well-being, something really fucking stupid. Okay, now eventually the conversation pivoted, right? Because Lucario knew he was fucking losing this awful point he draw himself down, and instead he starts talking about reductios in terms of being agnostic. You can somehow reductio agnostic people. Now, in what way can you reductio agnostic people? Well, Lucario, given the prior context of the conversation, we'd already established that reductios are a kind of evidence, and that's their purpose. Their purpose in a dialectic is to serve as evidence. I don't know what kind of purpose something would serve in a dialectic if not to provide evidence to a proposition. So clearly it has to, it's presumed as evidence, right? And so then when asked for what, in what way is evidence, right? The question is evidence against what view? Because evidence is against propositions, right? Evidence is something that makes propositions more likely, makes them less likely. So they only apply to propositions, right? So the question is what proposition? Well, Lucario said something really fucking stupid. He said, well, it doesn't apply to a proposition, actually. You can have evidence against non-propositions. And instead, you can have evidence against attitudes. Against attitudes. In what way can you have evidence against attitudes if attitudes don't endorse a given truth value? Now, Lucario in the most recent rejoinder, he just said, well, doxastic attitudes actually have a third value called agnostic. What the fuck is he talking about? Like literally what he's talking about. Truth values are a technical term. They deal with propositions in regards to formal logical systems. Beliefs having certain attitudes, it doesn't make any fucking sense. What does the value measure? Does it measure your truth? Does it measure your commitment to something? In what way can you be you might just be saying instead of, maybe informally saying, well, you can take different perspectives on a proposition. You can either reject a proposition, accept a proposition, or just not think about a proposition, which is what agnosticism is, right? It's like what Aristotle does on utility physics. He has no clue. You can't reductio agnostic attitudes. Why? Because agnostic attitudes aren't beliefs which can have evidence provided against them. Now, if Lucario just said something like he just said at the very end that reductios are intuition, are just something that makes a view less intuitive. Again, less intuitive, a view less intuitive. Like agnosticism is not a view, right? It's actually the absence of a view. It's the suspension of view. It's the state of indifference in regard to a given proposition. So in what way can you reductio it? It makes no fucking sense at all. And he says that this is kind of like a essential component of dialogue. It's not true either, right? In a dialogue, you want to commit people to certain propositions and then give evidence against them in regard to propositions. Now, you could say something like someone is not, you could have the proposition, this person's justified, and then like the fact that they're agnostic on a proposition might make it, might serve as evidence that someone's unjustified, right? But that's still a proposition being dealt with there. You're not giving a reductio against the agnosticism, you're giving a reductio against their justification, right? The belief that they're justified, or the proposition that they're justified. You could say the same thing in regard to their moral character. Like maybe someone's suspension on this also means that they're not, a diligent thinker. They're not like being, taking consideration of whatever. Anyway, in any case, you can only give reductios against propositions. And Lucario's entire fucking strategy was to say that you can give reductios against non-propositions and you give a reductio against attitudes. That's fucking stupid. And anybody who has any semblance of what they're talking about knows that's fucking insane.
Yeah. Now for my closing statement. Actually.
Are you serious, bro?
yeah. Anyways, during that long Giga ramble, actually I had time.
Not for my closing statement. So
I had time to write a little song, and I like to call it Liam, you got bitched. When your words just around, your words just around. I'm the only one who knows to slow it down. Oh, you got bitched. It looks real bad for you. Oh, you got bitched. It looks real bad for you. Hey, Liam,
all right, yeah, I actually have a closing statement. If you guys don't mind. I just have a little closing statement. Okay, just 1 second. So what we need is validity, achieved through an argument, achieved with a series of premises. I don't want to dodge, I want a good faith dialogue. Let's remain very linear. Let's not obfuscate away from meta. Let's not obfuscate from substance. You and I, my interlocutor, Jesus. Just to be very clear, axiomatically, getting lapped substantively, getting lapped optically. No chance of recovery. Nobody thinks that you look good right now. You're getting blown the fuck out.
Oh yeah, actually I have a closing statement. That was terrible. Objective values that you speak of disappearing when you're weak enough. Lucario's the only thing to afraid of, even when you've just been beaten up in the debate between me and you.
I actually got one. Okay. You got blown the fuck out the first time, and then blown out the last time. And actually, I just sauced on you really bad. Everyone saw it in the live. Just shut the fuck up. Retire. There's no need to try. You don't know. You got blown the fuck out on live. Uh-oh. You got blown the fuck out on live. You're welcome.
Well, this guy's like just being bad faith.
Yo, kick this guy. He's being so bad faith.